Hello, good day. For today, we will be discussing about arrays. An array is considered to be a collection of variables of the same type. For today, we will be learning how to declare and create an array, plus we will also be applying that in a simple Java program. To start with, let's declare an array variable. To be able to use an array in a program, we must first declare the variable to reference the array, and we must specify the type of array the variable can reference. To do this, we follow the syntax. Start with the data type, followed by bracket, followed by the array reference variable. Another format is data type, followed by array reference variable, and then followed by the bracket. Array reference variable is considered to be as the name of the array, or it is the array variable name. After declaring the array, we will now create the array. To create an array, we will be using the new operator with the following syntax. We get the array reference variable, assign that to new, followed by the data type, and then followed by the array size. Array size is the number of elements that can be stored in the array. What this does is that it creates an array using the new data type array size, and then it assigns the reference of the newly created array to the variable array reference variable. Declaring an array variable and creating an array, and at the same time assigning the reference to the array, can be combined in one statement. And this is how it is supposed to be done. Start with the data type, followed by the bracket. Then we move on to array reference variable equals, assign that to new, data type, and then followed by the array size. This can also be done using this format. Start with the data type, followed by array reference variable, bracket, equals new, data type, and then the array size. As you can see, the bracket could be placed after the data type, or it could also be placed after the array reference variable. Any of the two syntax will work in Java. The next that we will be discussing is how to use individual element in the array. To be able to access an individual element in the array, we start with the array reference variable, followed by the index. Index always starts with 0 and ends with array size minus 1. If the declared array size is 10, then the indexes would be from 0 to 9. Again, this is how we declare an array, this is how we create an array, and this is the combination for the declaration, creation, and referencing. And this is how we access the individual elements in the array. Next thing that we will do is to work on a variable. We will now be using what we have learned and applying it in a simple Java program. This will be our problem. We will write a Java program that will accept name and age for 10 students. Since we will be using 10 students, then the array size for the array is supposed to be 10. The first thing that we need to do is first to declare and create our array. To do that, we go to main, we follow the syntax. In declaring the array, the first thing that we need to do is to declare the name. Data type will be string, followed by the array name, equals new, the data type which is string, and then the size which is 10. And we will also do that for the age. Data type would be int, followed by the variable which is ages, equals new, the data type, and then the array size which is 10. Take note that since the array size is 10, the indexes would be from 0 to 9. Next thing that we will do is to input or to accept values for the students, particularly the name and then the age. To do that, we will first have to import our scanner. So we'll import the package. That will be import.java.util.scanner. We will declare the object for the scanner. That will be scanner. Input equals new scanner. And then for input, it will be system.in. Since it is an array and the size is 10, we will be needing a for loop, to be able to access the indexes which is from 0 to 9. So to do that, we need to declare an array. We need to declare a variable for the for loop, that is, variable would be a, equivalent to 0, down to the last index which is 9, a++. We will have the block for the for loop. What we will be placing here is the input for the name and then for the ages. To do that, we'll first have a label or text so that we will be able to know what are we inputting for, followed by simple text which is name. And to be able to input, we will use the variable. We will now be accessing the variable. So array name first, then followed by index. We will be using a. Why are we using a? We are using a because a would start from 0 down to 9. So we will be inputting at index 0, then to index 1, to index 3, to index 4, down to the last index which is index 9. Followed by equal, and then input that next line. Next, we'll also be doing the same for the age. So that is system.out.print age, and then our input. We use the variable followed by the loop variable equivalent to input dot next in, followed by input dot next in. We will now try running our program. To do that, we click on clean and build to check for errors. There are no errors. The build was successful. And then we will now run the program. This is the input for the first name, for the age, second name, second age, third name, fourth, fifth, we move on. So, as you can see, we have inputted 10 names, and then we also have inputted 10 age values using our arrays. If we want to display what we have inputted, we will be needing another array. Let's set the variable as b. Let's initialize it to the first index, which is 0, down to the last index, which is 9, and then let's implement using b++. We will first display the name, that is system.out.println. So we will take the variable for the name, so that is ASTR names, variable for the loop, which is b, and then AI ages at b, so that it would be more meaningful. We'll also provide text or label. This is the label for the name. This is the label for the age. And let us also display the index. This is our program now. We'll start from index 0, we'll end at index 9. We will be displaying the values such that if b is equivalent to 0, what will be discussed first is the value stored at index 0 for both str names and then AI ages. If b becomes 1, then what will be displayed is the value at index 1. If b becomes 9, then what will be displayed are the values for index 9. Let's try running our program. Again, we click on click and build. Let's see the output window. And then we click on run. First name, Ellen, say 12. And then Mel, say it's 45. Anne, say it's 13. And then Annie, say the age is 67. And then next is Bea, say 55. And then next is John, say the age is 18. And next is Leah, age is 20. Next, RD, say age is 39. Bernard, say age is 40. And then next, Jeff, age is 34. As you can see, for index 0, what was displayed is Ellen and then 12, which was inputted a while ago in the first index. What has been stored to index 1 is Nell and 45. Index 2 is Anne and 13. Index 3 is Anne and 67. And the last index, which is 9, is Jeff and 34. Again, let's try to have a recap. This is how we declare an array. This is how we create an array. And arrays are considered to be a collection of variables of the same type. Should there be any questions with regards to the topic, feel free to come to me for questions or clarifications. Thank you, and again, good day.